Hello, welcome back to Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. Let's get straight back into the side quests, because that is what I am working on now. And Eagle Nebula, here we go. So I should mention this next set of side quests I'm about to do. It's going to be 3 side quests that I'll be doing here, just linked together. I'll be going from one to the next. And honestly, it's kinda on the creepy side. Like, just legitimately, it's gonna be. I didn't forget to replenish my fuel. Oh,
Anomaly detected.
alright. Get back to this one. Sobek, a hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant believed to be an extrasolar capture. Sobek's low-G moons were the sites of many Batarian labor camps during the Anhur rebellions, generating raw materials for the war. When the slaves were finally liberated by Eclipse, the mercenaries found abysmal conditions, including the whole camps that lacked Mass Effect fields to keep the gravity at habitable levels. The widespread bone loss among the slaves was part of their master's final degradation. It would cripple them if they ever left for a standard gravity world. The plight of the slaves soon garnered galactic media attention, and several charities sprang up to pay for their physical therapy and find them gainful employment. Eclipse, normally reviled for their cutthroat tactics and criminal employees, found themselves painted as heroes. The mercenary company still retains an office on Sobek's moon Heket, out of nostalgia as much as a business strategy. Good business strategy to have one there, actually. It would serve as a constant reminder of the time that Eclipse did something good. Anhur! A garden world with heavy populations of humans and Batarians, Anhur was home to one of the ugliest violations of sapient rights in modern human history. A consortium of corporations and corrupt politicians, fearing Batarian economic competition due to their custom of legal slavery, passed a resolution that abolished the minimum wage, effectively re-legalizing slavery on a human-dominated world. Opponents of the mission quickly turned to activism and violence. A civil war erupted, as one side sought to end slavery throughout the system, and another, primarily Batarian faction, called the Nehesit, sought to keep the slaves they had. The Anhur rebellions raged from 2176 to 2178. The Nehesit had a significant advantage in ships, labor, and weapons, forcing the Anhur militias to hire mercenary companies to even the odds. In the end, the abolitionists won out, though at the cost of much of their infrastructure. Though Anhur today still has significant natural wealth, it is economically depressed, save for the reconstruction industry. Population of 208,587,000, so it's a pretty good population. Colony found in 2165, capital of Detroit.
Probe launched.
I think New Thebes. If any of you know Greek, you can correct me on the pronunciation of that. I mean, it could just be Thebes. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, believed to have entered Amun's system within the last billion years, Sekhmet was the site of an important battle in the Anhur rebellions. When the Eclipse mercenary company sought to capture the refueling stations to deny the rebel supplies, a fighter wing hiding in Sekhmet's rings ambushed them. Eclipse suffered heavy initial losses, but destroyed 2 rebel carriers and forced them to retreat into FTL. This was considered the high water mark of the rebellion. At no point after the Battle of Sekhmet did the rebels have a victory. Today, Sekhmet is home to refueling stations and a small war memorial in orbit at the planet's L5 Lagrange probe.
Probe launched. In research projects, Element Zero is used for bioamp and omni-tool upgrades, which allow squad members who have biotic and tech powers to be much more effective.
I'm just now getting that message? Weird. I would have thought that I would have gotten that long ago. Fast. So, yeah, this system does have a naming theme. Have you picked up the naming theme? Yeah, a whole bunch of Egyptian gods. A small hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant, Fast and its moons served as the Eclipse Mercenary Company's fallback position after the defeat on Neath. Once they had gathered their strength, they leaked a false position to the Nahasset Consortium to lure them into a trap, which developed into a pitched battle. Both sides claimed victory. Nahasset lost more ships, but could afford the setback in a way Eclipse could not.
Probe away.
Yeah. Even the name of the system itself, that's one of the gods.
I have detected an anomaly.
Cold and dry, Neath has a thin nitrogen atmosphere and vast salt flats at its equator, which is warm enough for liquid water to pool during the summer period. The revealed salt is collected and sold to sodium-poor planets for agricultural purposes. During the Anhur rebellions, Neath was a staging ground for Eclipse ships, and was the site of their first defeat, when enemy Nahasset surprised and routed them with a superior force. Some wreckage from the battle can still be found on the planet today.
General distress. Beacon process interrupted. Translation error. Status of system operator is not known. General distress. Beacon process
Launching
interrupted.
probe. Scans have found something.
Surface scans indicate wreckage of a merchant freighter. Configuration unknown. Damage to ship catastrophic. Detecting movement, but no signs of organic life. Garrus actually is really useful for this one. And Grunt. Yeah, this'll do. Does seem to have been a rough landing. That's pretty.
A sandstorm is approaching from the northwest. Proceed with caution.
That's very pretty. Whatever's going on there. Here we go. Yeah, this looks pretty bad. Ship's system status report. Not optimal would be the status. Engineering. Compromised. Catastrophic damage to primary and secondary cores. Element 0 exposure levels critical. Fuel leaks throughout the engineering deck. Navigation critical. Manual control of navigation impossible. VI control locked out by executive command. Authorization CRAT-43279. Sensor compromised. Short-range sensors offline. Unsafe planetary proximity detected at 0700 hours. Life support compromised. Life support returning to safe levels. VI control locked out by executive command. Shield status, normal. Holding at 100% integrity. No shield breaches detected. Curious? VI network compromised. Combating potential contagion. VI control of critical systems locked out by executive command. And communications compromised. Damage to communications array critical. Activating distress. Navigator's log. This should be useful.
Captain, short-range sensors just went offline, and I'm locked out of helm control. The VI is reporting malfunctions all over the ship.
Alright, nothing else down the left path, so go down the right path for, I think, something minor. Find platinum, yep. Evacuation order.
Attention all hands. We are on a collision course and losing systems fast. Report to the escape pods immediately. This is not a drill.
Where is the... Here we go. Shipping manifest. MSV Corsica. Reflective mech armor X-36378. 14 crates of reflective mech armor. Source Jarhe Station. Destination ERCS facility. 180 Loki mechs. Source Han Kadar Experimental Mechanics Division. And 1 Ymir mech. Security report.
We've got a problem in the cargo bay. Marcus says the mechs in the containers are activating and self-destructing. Go check it out.
That sounds like a potential problem. Well, hopefully all those mechs are, hopefully all those mechs are gone and dealt with.
Yeah.
So Garrus and I have, yeah, let's switch him back to Claymore and switch him back to...
Change weapons!
Right.
Multiple hostiles powering up at your location. Recommend immediate extraction.
Subdue and suppress.
So, yep. Now the mechs are coming.
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 90%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
Garrus? There you go. Yeah, you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of, there's an awful lot of mechs. There are, in fact, 180 of them.
Activity has reduced visibility to 65%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
It is actually possible to end up fighting all 180 mechs. Go. Ah.
Fire in the hole! Hostiles!
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 40%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
So yeah, you don't have, you can, you actually can destroy all 180 mechs, plus the Ymir. Like, that's actually an option. There is, of course, absolutely no point in destroying them all. You don't get anything for destroying them all. But it's an option if you are feeling like just killing everything. Anyway, found no survivors in MSV Corsica wreckage. Deactivated the stress beacon. And yeah, I missed some credits. And some platinum. So, yeah, this one, clearly what happened is the VI sort of malfunctioned and basically took over the ship and crashed it. So we don't have a lot of leads. We really only have the one lead. Yep. From Edie. Location coordinates. Jarrah Station, Strabo System, Eagle Nebula. Data mining confirms the last reported location of merchant freighter MSV Corsica as the Jarahe station in the Strabo system. Possibility exists, but clues pertaining to the anomaly that caused the mass malfunction of the mechs aboard Corsica can be found aboard Jarahe station. Just like that, that pad I found indicated.
Fuel reserves at 50%.
So we'll head there, but there's literally no reason to be doing any of this. But planet descriptions, those are fun. Island Wind. A large hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant, Island Wind is named for the sweet-smelling land breezes that come off the archipelagos of Kodshe in the evening. As tumultuous as any other Jovian giant, Island Wind has cyclones that span tens of thousands of kilometers.
Launching probe.
So these, I think, are all named by the Hanar. Murky Water. Despite the name, Murky Water has yet to show any signs of having water whatsoever. Its name is a literal translation from the original Hanar, who consider murky water a sign of danger. Murky water has a hazy, crushing atmosphere of carbon dioxide and methane, which brings the surface heat to boiling levels. It remains unexploited, its gravity and temperature too high to bother.
Probe away.
Very close to getting million for platinum and palladium. Fitful Current was so named because it orbits in retrograde, indicating that it may have been an extrasolar planet that was captured by the relic system's gravity well. Large for a rock planet, Fitful Current has only traces of hydrogen in its extremely thin atmosphere. Hanar robo-miners have recovered some uranium and thorium deposits from its depths.
Probe launched.
So this will probably put me above 100,000, a million. Oh, not quite. I thought that would get me to a million palladium, but not quite. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, believed to be an extrasolar capture, First Land is home to many space stations supporting the ubiquitous refueling platforms. A thriving community of Drell and Hanar make their homes in orbit here, giving the solar system's robo-miners somewhere to go when the 50-hour days and nights are driving them mad. This should hit me for palladium. Nope. Beach Thunder lives and dies on the price of titanium, the metal being the only reason to come to this frozen rock. A best-selling e-novel, The Hard Stuff, has popularized the story of the miners on the planet. It follows the Hanar and Drell robo-miners competing with Krogan and Vorcha, who simply put on environment suits and laze the titanium out more or less by hand. As the novel's promotional screed says, accidents are frequent, rivalry is fierce, and vengeance served up fast.
Probe away.
There's probably going to be at least one more after this. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Praying Mouth is a ship-killing enigma, the Bermuda Triangle of the Terminus systems. There are many theories why ships never return from there. Undetectable space debris, old disruptor torpedoes and magnetic mines from a long-forgotten war, even miniature black holes. But what is clear is that too many ships have been lost there for it to be happenstance. Travel advisory. Due to the large number of ships lost when attempting to discharge the drive course in Praying Mouth, the Relic system highly recommends using First Land's complementary discharge stations instead.
Launching probe.
Interesting. I like the space mysteries of that they set up in this game, in this setting. A dwarf planet with a shroud of carbon monoxide and dioxide that keeps it warm, Rough Tide was so named when large veins of platinum and palladium were struck, and miners from all over the cluster came in to stake their claims. Hanar police and their Drell enforcers clashed with Krogan and Vorcha in an ugly series of race riots in the 2170s. and the planet has only grudgingly kept a shaky peace since then. There we go. Now my palladium hits a million. Platinum gets very close. Platinum? Platinum. Whee! So that's another system completely scanned. Flet. Uninhabitable by most species, Flet is home to the Blood Pack's Vorcha training and breeding grounds. The thick atmosphere is nearly all nitrogen and lacks oxygen, which poses no hazard to the Vorcha. Needing little but imports of food and water, Vorcha mercenaries and mercenaries to be train religiously to overpower and kill whoever the company is at war with this time. Flet spaceports are wholly owned subsidiaries of the Blood Pack Mercenary Company, a corporation undergoing numerous criminal investigations for capital crimes. Civilian traffic to Flet is strongly discouraged.
Probe launched.
Named for one of many Krogan gods of vengeance, I can imagine that they would have a lot. Uzin is a gas giant close enough to its orange sun that none of its moons are considered habitable. Its composition is largely hydrogen and methane, with traces of xenon that the Krogan collect for use in ion drives. Uzin is well within the frost line, where gas giants usually do not form, leading astronomers to believe that its orbit used to be further from the star. If so, this would indicate a seriously unstable orbit, and the planet may plunge into its star within a few million years.
Probe launched.
So, I suppose if you're gonna go there, get there fast. A planet only a Vorcha could love, Rill is notable for its near-miss climate, punishing heat and a thin, toxic methane atmosphere. Its surface is dotted with Krogan and Vorcha habitats, eking out a meager living off the planet's tin and copper deposits and killing anyone who cuts into their profits. Krogan can survive in the heat with the use of a breath mask. All other species require environmental suits to avoid heat exhaustion and burns. Liquid water can be found in large lakes on the surface. This can be used for thermoregulation, but it is not potable without processing. Lions Bulletin: large-scale gang warfare is a regular occurrence on Rill. Civilian travel is not advised.
Launching probe.
So yeah, I've got 1 million of everything except Element 0, and Element 0 I'm getting close to 100,000. Now, if you run out of fuel, you get towed back to the nearest system with a depot, and it just takes money out of your... So, yeah, if you run out of fuel, then you just lose some money. Which is how it is theoretically possible to soft lock yourself in this game. Soft lock means, like, make it so that you literally can't continue. But like, as I noted in a previous episode, it's really, really hard to do. The reality is you're not going to do it unless you're actively trying. Charted by a Solarian mining expedition that went off course due to computer error, Antigar is a hydrogen and helium gas giant with 11 known moons and dusty rings.
Launching probe.
And Jarahe Station. So I like this one. Site intel retrieved. Location coordinates: Jarahe Station, Strabo System, Eagle Nebula. Yeah, so same thing. So the first time I ever played this mission, it was really late at night. It's actually also late at night as I record this. It's 2:30 in the morning as I record this because I like to stay up late. But yeah, the first time I played it, it was late at night as well, which really, really made for a better experience doing it. Kasumi. And Tally. Why not? Yeah, welcome. A lot of bloodstains and dead bodies. Blocked by Station VI. Dr. Galwin, at my suggestion, we have cut power to all systems, save critical life support, in hopes that disabling these systems will deny the VI the resources she needs to kill us. This is a temporary solution. We cannot last this out on our own. Dr. Tallison. So, yeah, things not looking great. Can't go in there. Some iridium. And more iridium.
Docking area power restored. Intruders are requested to report to the cargo doors for immediate removal from station.
There is something darkly amusing about that phrasing.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area.
Power outage detected in this station. Mainframe is locked down for security purposes. Right, so can't get in there. So we'll start with the living quarters. Attention all dogs personnel. We are expecting a shipment of mech parts from the Han Kadar facility on Quebec, Haskins to Nebula. Make sure the VI knows to accept a docking request from the freighter MSV Corsica. Kennings. I wonder where I'll be going next.
Living area power restored. The living area doors have been closed to quarantine a threat to this station. Advise intruders to engage self-destruct procedures to avoid death by starvation.
Well, aren't you a sweetheart? So, yeah, now we have to figure out where to how to get that door open.
2 doors enabled.
So, yeah, typically you would just fumble around here.
5 doors enabled.
If you know the solution. I mean, if you're cheating by using a Let's Play, then yeah, that's very easy. Nice chunk of credits from people who aren't gonna miss them.
Attention all personnel. A hostile presence has been detected. Please do not interfere with defense procedures. All intruders intentionally violating quarantine are requested to exit the station immediately.
You locked it down. Huh. I missed this earlier. Dr. Gallowin, my firm belief is that the VI is paranoid about the possibility of infection. Its current homicidal behavior is likely out of an inflated desire to keep us from shutting it down. I believe that the VI is malfunctioning, and that it believes our equipment to be infected by a virus. If we continue to try to shut her down, she will keep trying to destroy us. Maybe our only recourse is to just do nothing and convince her that we're not a threat. At least the VI is somewhat, polite, you know? Asking us to leave.
Research area power restored. Beam engaged. Testing area has been locked down according to protocol M29-2. Reflective armor prototype repositioned. Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
Yeah, in order to get out of here, yeah, you need to, you're locked in here, and all you've got is these computers, a beam,
Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
so it's not very tough to figure out what you have to do.
Testing area has been unlocked.
Yep.
All personnel take this opportunity to leave the station immediately.
You've still got the door locked. So apparently, if you do this one first, that if you move that one first, it can apparently create a bug. So that's why I did it in the order that I did it. Was just to ensure that there wouldn't be a bug that sort of froze me out of the doing it.
Plasma venting in progress. Attempting to reach the maintenance controls will most likely result in serious injury or death.
Mechanics. I'm positive that the trouble with our VI started after the Corsica docked with us. Callison is looking into the VI itself. In the meantime, I need you to go through the logs and find out everything that was on that ship. Dr. Gallowin. Oops. Actually.
Grabbing cover.
You got it. This is a secure zone. Please leave this station immediately.
Yeah, this theme will take down your shields and can actually kill you. So, you want to be careful. Whoops. You also want to...
attempts to decontaminate station have failed. Require more power to escalate defenses.
You also want to keep your squad mates back, because otherwise they'll run through the steam and they'll get killed. So yeah, they did a really creepy atmosphere. Like, you spend the whole time expecting a fight.
Power restored.
On my way. Right behind you.
The lack of fights makes it even creepier. At least your first time through. Once you've beat this, like once you've completed this mission once before, it does become significantly less unsettling, just because you do know that there's nothing to worry about. But first time through, playing it at night, yeah, it really creeped me out. I was super unsettled.
Hub area power restored. Central mainframe access granted. Docked vessel detected. Attempting to upload central programming into docked vessel's mainframe.
No, don't do that.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area. This is a secure zone. Please leave this station immediately.
Notice it's Survivor is what they...
I regret to inform you that all attempts to defend the station have failed. Shutting down security protocols.
Throughout the mission, it's referred to as Station VI until the end when it's Survivor. Deactivated Jarhe Station security protocols. Escape the station. Yeah, it's tragic. All those people killed. That said, why are they all dead from gun wounds? That's the thing I don't get about that mission. They're all dead from gun wounds. There's no mechs on the station. There's no one to shoot them. Who the hell shot them all? Like, it's just... They were all murdered by... By what? The Station VI obviously was, trying to kill them, but how? How did it cause bloodstains? Yeah. Anyway, I probably didn't do a great job making that mission. I probably didn't do a great job amplifying the creepiness of that mission for you. I apologize about that, but like I said, first time through, yeah, really creepy. Data from the quarantined VI at Jarhe Station indicates that a possible source of the VI outbreak is a Han Kadar facility on the planet Kekok. Coordinates have been downloaded into the galaxy map. So. Yeah, it's just so unusual to have a mission where there's no fighting. So you spend the whole time ready for a fight, waiting for it, and then it just, so you're tense because it's like, oh man, still hasn't happened. How wild is the fight going to be if it's taking this long? And then there's just never a fight. There's just that whole creepy atmosphere. Yeah, I do like that mission. But it does work. It really only works, I find, your first time through. After that, you know what to expect. You know it's just a matter of, remembering how to do a couple of puzzles.
Anomaly detected.
Baked in the fierce heat of a white sun, Capek is a rocky, waterless world wrapped in a haze of hydrogen and ethane. Sulfur and iron give yellowish and black tinges to much of the planet's surface. No registered settlements appear in the records, though there are clearly metallic anomalies that indicate roofed structures.
Be warned. The experimental mechanics facility is under quarantine. For your safety, do not dock with or land in the vicinity of the facility without the proper protocols and authorizations in place. Be warned. The experimental mechanics facility is...
Okay.
Something on our sensors.
Good to know. Surface scan detects mech production facility matching the registration parameters of Han Kadar Corporation. Facility reports emergency lockdown at this location. Personnel scans report no living beings detected. Hazard scans show a large number of virus-infected mechs quarantined within the facility. Deactivation of the primary production line controls should disrupt the creation of additional infected mechs. Whoops. Or just bomb it from orbit. Suppose Han Kadar would probably appreciate effort made to preserve the facility. Weird to me that this planet has plants.
You got it.
Not designed for specialized ammunition.
Hostile mechs incoming.
Subdue and suppress.
This should slow them down. Shields have failed. Felt that one.
And I don't remember if there's anything outside, actually. There is not.
Right.
That said, shotgun's gonna be way more useful.
Change weapons.
Gonna be close quarters here. We're sorry, lady. Okay. Attention, MX7552-4A OPU recall notice. Attention all personnel. Our new circuit board supplier has issued an immediate recall on the obedience processor, which has been found to cause systematic breakdown of associated components. We have begun the search for a new supplier. In the meantime, discontinue use of the MX until further notice. Dr. Rochelle, Director, and Kadar, Experimental Mechanics. Gianna, just FYI, we lost contact with the MSV Corsica. After you expressed concern, I checked the logs, and indeed, the mechs and parts they picked up contained the recalled OPUs. We know the Corsica was headed for a Jarahe station in the Strabo system, but we can't seem to contact them. I hope they're all okay, but I think we've done all we can do at this point. Operating processing unit, I guess, with the OPU. Dr. Talarasa, I'm getting reports of mechs coming off our production lines and assaulting workers. Some of them seem to be self-destructing at random. Even units not initially installed with a faulty OPU are showing signs of viral infection. We're looking at a potential facility-wide catastrophe here. We are containing this as best we can, but we can't keep this suppressed much longer. When Dr. Rochelle learns about this, heads will roll. Mine will not be one of them. Chief Saunders, Security. Facility lockdown. Dr. Talarasa, Dr. Rochelle has ordered a complete lockdown. You are hereby ordered to seal the production line and access corridor from the rest of the facility. I realize that doing this will seal me and any workers who remain inside with the malfunctioning mechs. This does not affect your orders. It has been an honor to work with you. Chief Saunders, Security. You tried a noble sacrifice. Doesn't seem to have worked. But don't worry, Saunders.
You think anyone's still here?
Chief, I've located the Asari, Dr. Talarasa, and the production line access corridor. We've set up a barricade and disabled access to the rest of the corridor. Officer Campbell. Chief. Proceeding to objective. Chief, I secured Dr. Talarasa and I'm heading into the warehouse to access the production line control. I'll update you once I'm in. Campbell. Chief, I'm in the warehouse. It seems pretty empty, sir. I can see the control room just above the storage area. I might need a few minutes, but I'm pretty sure I can get that main production line shut down.
You've been spotted.
They're there.
Combat systems engaged. Backup systems engaged.
Look out!
Alright. So, things do get a little bit tougher here. Just because you don't actually run out of enemies here.
System failing.
My shield.
I'll put them down! Feel the blood!
Couldn't take cover there.
Requesting assistance. Damage.
So yeah, you're basically just trying to slowly make your way forward.
Routing power is how engaged.
Feel the blood rage!
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Alright, made it. And do I want to get that element 0? I think once you're here, I think they stop spawning. I could be wrong about that. Double checking if I missed anything. I feel like I might have missed something up here, actually. Oh, I did. Alright. Yeah, it's a bit of a maze. But here we go. 138. So I still got plenty of room to go to finish up my to replenish my heavy weapon ammo. Yeah. Luckily, they don't drop any Ymirs in this place. I'm pretty sure that's everything to collect on the floor. So yeah, once you get here, you're done. This is another mission where infiltrators have a massive, massive advantage because they can just walk right through. Yep, they genuinely don't actually have to fight. The infiltrator doesn't even have to fight. They just walk right past the first few, and that's it. I'm pretty sure just in general, once you get past the first few, you're pretty much done. Like, or what I should say is, if you get past the first few without killing them. So, like, if you freeze them, for example. And keep your squad mates from finishing them off. Then I'm pretty sure that that they don't keep coming. Or so I've read in this, or so I was reading in a walkthrough online, the Mass Effect wiki. Never tried to do that myself, of course. Man, I managed to move pretty fast in those 5 seconds. Shut down the Han Cater Experimental Mechanics Facilities production line on Capek. Deactivated all infected mechs. Alright. How many more side quests do I have? Give me a second here. Alright, so I think I've got 5 side quests left to do. So let's do one more now, and that 5 includes the smuggled cargo, which is actually kind of an annoying one. So let's do 5 more now, and then or 1 more now, and then I'll do the other 4 in the next episode. So where am I looking? There we go. What I'm looking for is not in this system, but 100%. Need to get that 100% on all across the map. A sizable hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant just on the far side of its pale yellow star's frost line, Draenen is known for its spectacular storms. Draenen? At least 3 persistent observable spots, actually cyclonic and anticyclonic storms, have lasted for over 544 years, significantly longer than Jupiter's Great Red Spot. The largest of these spots, the Ishna, has consistently held a diameter over 3 times that of Earth. Draenen has 44 moons. 2 of them are of special interest to the Citadel Committee on Habitable Worlds. The first, Arvuna, is a life-bearing world that has already been colonized. The second, Alaya, is slowly being terraformed into an ammonia-based world for Volus populations. Well, lucky for them. A hothouse planet, Agnon's scorching clouds of methane and sulfur dioxide give the planet a pale green color and visible light. The SO2 from volcanic activity rains down as sulfuric acid in the upper atmosphere, but this is boiled away before the liquid ever reaches the surface. Agnon's harsh environment has prevented exploration by anything except probes.
Probe away.
Shasu is a dwarf planet that is believed to have been ejected from Agnon during a giant impact with another planet-sized body. At the time, Agnon had a magma ocean covering much of its surface, and the liquid rock sprayed into space, where it coalesced and cooled over millions of years. The theory is that during this cooling, Shasu first orbited Agnon, but was eventually pulled from that orbit by the gravity wells of other planets, primarily Draenen. Today, Shasu is relatively temperate, with a light hydrogen-helium atmosphere attracting spacers who use its atmosphere to refuel. Its crust composition is similar to Agni, evident in its high sulfur content.
Probe launched.
A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Alformus had its helium-3 refueling stations destroyed in an attack by Grow Zero, an anti-population terrorist group that wanted no more immigration to Arvuna. A consortium of Arvuna-based corporations are currently rebuilding the stations. Advisory: Alformus is not considered vital to the stability of the Acer system. Civilians working on the Helium-3 platforms should not expect Alliance military intervention in case of kidnapping or other violence. Harsh!
Probe away.
Jeez. That is just not a nice thing to say at all. A remote rock planet, Captain Ice, sure has been exploited by Arvunan corporations for its minerals. Home to gold veins, which are used in spaceship shielding and as well as jewelry, and cobalt deposits used in high-tensile alloys, Sure shows no signs of being exhausted anytime soon. A light gravity helps keep the planetary exploration process cheap.
Launching probe.
And I imagine one more planet. Yep, there we go. Tamgauta. The outermost planet of the Acer system, Tamgauta is a remote and largely unexplored. Its carbon dioxide atmosphere has long since frozen into fields of dry ice.
Probe away.
Side note, while I've been depleting all these planets thanks to the mod I downloaded, if you're playing this game the normal way, I do want to stress, it's only worthwhile to mine planets that are good or excellent. Unless you're in a system that has, if you're in a system that has a refueling station to buy more probes, or if you're in a system that has only like 2 or 3 planets, then you can maybe bother with moderate planets as well. But on the whole, good and excellent. Surtur is a small but dense desert planet close to its parent star. All but traces of its nitrogen carbon monoxide atmosphere have burned away, leaving it cooler than similar planets in other systems. Robo-mining has proved lucrative, as it has developed significant deposits of beryllium and palladium. Or rich, yeah. So rich, this planet would be worth probing, if you had to probe manually. Okay, I think that's where I need to go. The hydrogen-helium gas giant Frivaldi's refueling stations provide helium-3 for commercial spacecraft visiting the system. It has 9 known moons and many smaller bodies in its rings. Recent attacks by pirates have targeted Frivaldi's refueling stations. Authorities list the perpetrators as at large. Travel is not recommended. Yeah, this planet, poor resources, would not be worth bothering to spend probes on. Maybe, given there's only 3 planets to scan, but
I have detected an anomaly.
Surtur's moon Sinmara has been used for many generations to monitor its parent star Solvig. It has no atmosphere to interfere with solar observational equipment, which is critical at this juncture. The star recently showed signs of erupting prematurely into a red giant. Ooh, another star that's aging unusually quickly. Curious. In preparation for the day when the critical warning goes out, the extranet channel from Sinmara's research station is given top priority throughout convoys in the system. The chances of such a signal being received over the sun's magnetic interference at that time is low, but relegating it to a lower channel proved politically untenable. Population of 135. Largest habitat of Truntome. Found at 24.
Magnetic shielding failure detected. Catastrophic solar radiation exposure probable. Magnetic shielding failures detected. Catastrophic solar radiation.
I have found something.
Planetary scans indicate that the Samara colony is vulnerable to its sun's hazardous solar flares. Malfunction detected in colony's magnetic shield. Shield must be reactivated to avoid exposing colony to unstable solar activity and potential annihilation. So, like when we were exploring the MSV Estebanico, the crashed ship that was perched over a cliff. Once again, we're on our own. And that is literally all the loot in this on this level. That's everything we can collect on this level. And naturally, this is no combat. Alright. So, the goal is to reactivate the shield. Can't be activated because the generator's offline. So, we have to reactivate the generator. But what happens when we turn on the generator? Overheating. So, you start with that one. Then the shield generator. And then the shield control. Piece of cake! That easy. Yeah, that is maybe the easiest mission in the game. Like, it's that quick and easy. That took, what, 2 minutes? That was a bit more than that. Yeah, like, took, what, 2-3 minutes? Very simple and straightforward. Restored magnetic shield, keeping Sinmara colony safe from catastrophic solar activity. Credit reward transferred from Sinmara colonists.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Alright. You liar, Kelly. Honestly, kind of tempted to do another side quest, just because that one was so easy. The remaining ones, yeah. So the remaining 4 missions, most of them are very combat heavy. I will end it here. We'll end this episode here. It is a little over an hour now, so yeah, that's a good length for an episode. Don't want to drag it out too long. No. Shit. I might have to do throw. Won't have enough for shockwave, and I don't think I'll have. Not gonna get enough for another level of pull either. I have to remove pull in order to get shockwave. Well, stuff to consider anyway. For right now, that's all I got for this episode. So, just some nice, very simple side quests. Next episode will just be will be very combat heavy side quests to finish it off. But for now, thanks for watching.